Hey folks, it's Henry and we're over here on the Mendocino coast hunting for black trumpets. So I'm just going to show you a few subtle little tricks that might help you find more black trumpets. One of my favorite mushrooms to find this time of year, which is February. You'll find in February, March through April in some years. So when I look for black trumpets, I generally try to look in the uphill direction because they're much easier to spot. I'm about 10 miles inland from the coast. It seems like they kind of like that area. And you will walk past black trumpets looking downhill. And I like to look uphill and you'll see just why. So as you're looking downhill, you don't see much. But when you turn around and you look uphill, what I want you to notice is you'll start seeing all of this sloughed, exposed dirt. And that's where the trumpets are going to grow out of. Out behind logs on the downhill side, underneath ferns, rocks, road cuts. They seem to like sloughing, steep soils. Here's some right here. Beautiful trumpets. And they like dark places. So seeing those from above, they can be kind of tricky. But when you look at them from the side, a lot of times they'll have this gray stalk. And when you look uphill, sometimes that's all you'll see is that gray stalk. When you do find one, stop where you're standing because you're probably standing on some. I generally just don't jump and pick the first one I see. When I see one, I just stop and I start looking around. And then all of a sudden you realize they're all over the place. And you look uphill and you see them growing out in all sorts of subtle places. So once I paused and started looking around, your eyes kind of adjust. And you'll see there's some there. There's a nice little patch right there, growing out from behind that branch. You notice on the downhill side, and as you pan across, there's some more. I'll tell you how to harvest them in just a second. So black trumpets are like a little cone, and rocks and sticks and debris falls inside. So never pull them out of the ground. You just end up with a bunch of rocks. What I like to do is I take a sharp knife and I cut across the bases, just like that. You cut, reach over, cut at the ground, maybe leave a ½ inch sticking out or so, and you're just going to tip them over, grab the cluster, and cut. Cut them off like that and put them in your bucket. And as I look around, there's a whole line of them underneath this branch. So I'm just going down the line with my cutter. And there's some over here on the left. Grab them, bend them to the side, and then cut.
Go.
All right, here's another little patch. They're very well hidden. Grab the whole clump, take your knife, slice across the bottom, get the whole clump. Show you how to clean them. Because they're a funnel, when you get home, you're going to want to take your thumb and you're just going to split it open. Take your thumb, flick it like that. You'll notice all the little dirt accumulates and rocks. Sometimes you'll find a little scorpion actually. It doesn't have a stinger like you might think, but there's actually a scorpion that has a symbiotic relationship with these trumpets. So you never know what you're going to find, but definitely split them and dry them. That's a beautiful trumpet. I'll finish harvesting these here. And as you'll see just a second, come up over here. Look how well hidden these are. You start pulling back the ferns. Here's one that was hiding under a stick. And they're so well camouflaged. And then you pull them away and you see that big white. I usually don't do A lot of cleaning out here in the forest. I just cut at the base. Here's a beauty way up in here. Look at that. That one's amazing. Look at that gorgeous black trumpet. And you'll get home and just split them like that and put them in your dryer. That one had a big old stick in it. Anyway, get out in the woods and forage for black trumpets February, March, and April. Have fun. We'll see you out in the woods.